Hello and welcome to the Hellbinders. My name's Troy, and today, as you may be able to tell, for starts, I'm in my 1.7.10 skin. I'm also in creative, and I'm playing the Thaumcraft mod again. Thing is, the island I was going to build on, it sort of, it's seen better days. Now, the ones I blame, to be completely honest, there isn't really anyone to blame apart from, well, the only real suspect is these guys. The Crimson Cult. A group of warriors and mages, so to speak. Mostly fire mages. A dangerous group. The only real way to combat them would be to, quite literally, fight fire with fire. Or in this case, magic with magic. Issue is, I'm not exactly set up for magic yet. I need to kill their leader, and I need to do it fast. So, awkward pause there. I got a bit distracted. But I'm not exactly built for magic, and that's the only real way to get to their leader. So, let's go through how you'd get to this. First, let's get a basic Minecraft crafting table. I do have a few mods on bar Thaumcraft, but then I would need a stick and a iron ingot or two. So the first thing you do is create these iron nuggets. Not normally available in this version of Minecraft, but yay, Thaumcraft. You only need 2 of these. I created 3 by accident. You would use them to get this. An iron capped wooden wand. Essentially, baby's first wand. Your next step would be to make a bookcase, just a vanilla Minecraft bookcase. Place it down, right click it with the wand. Or left click if you've got the inverted mouse controls. So yeah, then you've got your Thaumonomicon. Essentially a guide on how to Thaumcraft. The first thing to sort of learn from the Thaumonomicon, though, the most important thing, would be this, the thermometer, which requires gold, glass, and shards. Now, if I just find a cave... Oh. This cave will do just fine. I'd bet that just journeying around, I'm bound to come across some shards somewhere. So this is earth-infused stone. When you mine it, normally you wouldn't get earth-infused stone. You'd need silk touch for that. What you'd normally get is... Is it called Terra? No. Earth? Yeah, earth shards. So with 2 of those, 2 gold, and a singular glass, we can get to, well, we can really get to work on this. So, I believe, nope, it was this. Yeah. So, this is the thermometer. This is essentially a window into another world when it comes to Thaumcraft. You can use it to scan things and gain points in aspects. Now, aspects, you'll notice in the bottom left, to understand it, I need to understand, well, sorry, to understand this, I need to study other things, which is a pain in the ass. it's the least and most fun part of Thaumcraft, in my opinion. It just takes so long. So for now, I'm just going to Thaum aspect nether underscore 8. Sorry, actually, I think it was Thaum. No. I barely remember. It's been a while. 8 hunter 100 all? Nope, it's all 100. All 100. Nether Hunter has given you 100 of all aspects. Now, if I start scanning things, as you can see now, I'm learning new things from them. So, realistically, you wouldn't be able to get 100 of every aspect this early on. But I'm just that good. So, from here, you say a lot, apparently. The next step would be to get this research table, which requires 2 tables and scribing tools. For that, we will need just a lot of wood. Let's get like that much. A feather, a bottle, and some ink. So here are the scribing tools. Realistically, everything you'd need to know is in the Thaumonomicon. I'm just here to help, I guess. I've done that the wrong way round. There we go. So now that we've got our tables, which we put the scribing tools on, giving us this. And also in the Thaumonomicon, there is a note that mentions using a wand on a table to get your arcane crafting station. Arcane workbench. Arcane work table. Nailed it, first try. So from here, you would need to get to doing research. For that, I will need paper and scribing tools. Conveniently, I've already got scribing tools from the last step. So, certain things, if they are hexagonal, you do not need the paper to get them. You just need enough points. But then, if they are, say, like this, for example, you will need paper and scribing tools, and it will give you this, a research note. So, with the research notes, it is a simple matter of combining one to the other. So, in order to create this, for example, Precantatio, you need energy and... oh, give me a moment. Void, that was it. You need energy and void. So, void connects to it. Now, for this, you would need, I believe, spirit connects to this? Yes. Once you have certain research unlocked, this becomes a lot easier, as you will see shortly. Essentially, you keep doing that until you've joined everything. I will do /Thaum research nether 8 hunter all. That was warp. I will explain warp shortly. Now, as you can see, when I hover over things, it tells me a bit more about each aspect, what they're made up of. So from this, I can see that it's made up of void, not void, death. Death is here. Death is made up of chaos, as is void. And then from here, you can combine it to another void and magic, because that combines to Aurum. And that gives you these, the goggles revealing. which normally I'd use the research note and it'd give me it, but because I've done the /research all, everything's already filled out. Now, under normal circumstances, this happens with warp, don't worry. Under normal circumstances, you'd start collecting, you'd start trying to make different wand cores, sorry. I believe the next one would be a Greatwood wand core. That's the most simple one. 2 Greatwood in that pattern. I will use the cheat wand for this purpose, for the crafting. If I find it, there it is. Now, normally to fill up a wand, you would require to find a node out in the open. For the node, you would require goggles revealing, which are crafted as seen in the Thaumcraft with the following recipe. Obviously you will have to find a way to fill up your node before you can see, fill up your wand before you can see the nodes freely. For that, you'd have to look through this to see and find the nodes. But we can just equip a pair of goggles. Surprisingly, there are no nodes nearby. Oh, actually, there's one. I tell a lie. So, to fill up a wand from a node, you simply go up to the node and hold right click. The wand will then drain the energy of the node until the wand's space for those aspects is completely full. In this case, that node had Perditio and Terra, and as you can see, those 2 on the wand are now full. This isn't magic yet though, this is just waving a wand at some shiny lights. Which, I mean, stage magic. So that's how you'd fill up a wand. From there, you'd craft things in here, such as, if I get 2 Greatwood, a Greatwood wand core. For most people's second wand, whereas obviously that is everyone's first wand, most people as their second wand will have the Greatwood wand cores and these gold wand caps, crafted fairly simply as seen here. Let me just dispose of these, they're not really needed. I'll keep the thermometer for aesthetic purposes. Let's get gold wand caps. So once you've crafted 2 of these using gold nuggets, you would then put them together in here along with that, and you'd have your next wand. Pretty simple really, it's fairly simple stuff. But then your next wand is where things will usually get more complicated, because from there most people would want a silverwood wand. Now the silverwood wand, if I go to that, requires what's called infusion. Infusion is seen under, I believe, this category. Here it is. Infusion. You need a runic matrix and the arcane pedestals. The formation is seen there, but I will get them myself. Runic matrix. Oh. There are crafting recipes, which I did show a moment ago. I just didn't really stop to acknowledge them. Arcane pedestals. So, once you have this set up, it's a simple matter of, for reference, the things on the side there were arcane stone blocks and bricks, which are fairly simple to craft. You'll find that in your Thaumcraft. And then you want a plethora of pedestals, preferably all evenly spaced and symmetrical. Symmetry actually does help with this. That's not just a aesthetic thing. Symmetry genuinely makes infusions more reliable. So once that's set up, let me just place a few more so that it looks a bit less barren. Once that's set up, you get the ingredients needed. In this case, we are going to make a silverwood wand core, so we will need air shard, fire shard, well, all 6 of the shards, a balanced shard, and a silverwood log. So let's get a silverwood log. And some shards. Now, I'm not actually going to get a balanced shard. I'm just going to get 2 of all the others. Let me just move that into there. There is a reason for that, which I will explain shortly. Or more accurately, I'll show you shortly. So let's put these all in place. Now, for the balanced shard, things get a little more complicated. Because if I go into the balanced shards page, you'll see that I need this, a crucible. Now, if I go back to this page, sorry, alchemy, you'll see that for a crucible I need a cauldron and a wand. So let's set up a cauldron and a wand. Cauldron, wand, done. Under a crucible, you must always have a source of heat. My preferred source of heat is lava, because it's the only one that'll always stay apart from like netherrack fire. And as well as that, you will also need water. I was going to try and empty the bucket and bucket up some water there, then I remembered I'm in creative. So once it has the heat and the water, once it has both of those, it will start bubbling. At this point, you can throw things in. Now, for the balanced shard, it's pretty simple. You can just throw in one of every shard, you get the balanced shard back. For anything else, things get a bit more complicated. For example, night ore, you want to throw glowstone dust into ignis, lux, and potentia, which means you need to find and scan items that have ignis, lux, or potentia. Right now, I have cognitia, volatus, terra, precantatio, more terra and precantatio, a lot more precantatio, and some of, God, I can't remember the tool one, instrumentum. The Thaumcraft is cognitia, arbor, I don't remember the tape one either, and precantatio, and my goggles. Too much shit to go through. None of that's what we really wanted for the night ore, but oh well, we don't really need night ore. Now, all the pieces are in place for the wand crafting we were going to do, but there is one small issue. These. So, these are what's called essentia. Essentia is essentially liquid magic, in a way. The only way to store it is in these jars. And the only way to get it is through a setup that looks something like this. This is a alchemical furnace, arcane alembics, essentia tubes, and awarded jars, the recipes for all of which can be seen in the Thaumonomicon. So in this, let's say we wanted, what aspect is this? Let's say we wanted Terra and Perdicio. We would take a ridiculous amount of sand and we'd burn it in this furnace. At first it seemed like nothing's happening, but then you notice that it is actually filling up these jars to a tiny degree. It's not filling them up how I'd want it to, irritatingly. But, you know, can't win them all, I guess. So yeah, God. Let's try this. Yeah. So yeah, it's filling up the jars, and you'd want to do that until you have all 6 of the main aspects, which are Terra, Aqua, Air, Ignis, Terra, Aqua, Air, Ignis, Ordo, Perditio, and Precantatio. And I believe with this all set up, if I just throw these away, that should be plenty enough to begin this. Now, occasionally, right now I've got no stabilizers, but this is a very simple one, so it should be fine. But occasionally, the infusion will go a bit wrong, and it'll knock things off pedestals, it'll use a bit much essentia, it'll turn things into clouds of smoke. Oh, even with this simple one, it's doing that already. And that can happen even if you're fully prepared. Stronger infusions, it's really, really likely to happen. Weaker infusions like this, that one zap is like the most we're gonna get. Maybe another zap sometimes. And once it's done absorbing enough of that and all of those, you get your item out, the silverwood rod. Now, as well as that, we'd want Thaumium wand caps. I will take 2 charged ones. To charge a Thaumium wand cap, you'd have to first make it and then go through another infusion, this time with Aurum and Potentia. To learn most of this, you'd have to go through this, though. Now, once I have this, I can craft these together and make a better wand. The Thaumium bossed Silverwood wand. For a lot of people, this is like one of the best wands they'll get. As well as this, you can also end up with Thaumaturge robes, which are crafted from I believe fabric. Yes, enchanted fabric. Enchanted fabric is crafted through wool. No. Oh, wool and string along with your wand in this. Again, it'll all be in the Thaumonomicon. With this armor, you get a discount on spells and vis usage in the crafting table, and you look decent, I guess. So yeah, that's like, this is the usual Thaumaturge sort of look. You have your Thaumium wand, Thaumaturge robes. You're pretty set. But obviously you'd want some kind of magic. Now, magic in this, offensive magic at least, comes in the form of wand foci. The first wand foci you learn is always fire. Fire wand focus requires nether quartz, fire shards, and a fire charge. Pretty simple. Fire. Let's get the shards, the charge, and now let's get the quartz. There we go. Was it this? It has been a while since I've done Thaumcraft as well, so excuse any slowness mentally or physically. And then once you've got this, you hold your wand in your hand and then simply equip it. By default, the keybind is F. I have it rebound, so that doesn't really matter to me. Now, one issue with this, right now it does nothing, because my wand's empty. I am just going to see if I can't cheat in, yeah, Thaumium embossed silverwood wand. This one's full. So with this full one, I can just blast away. I believe there are still some cultists, maybe? No? Okay. It's not massively powerful at this point. The reason for that is that we need to upgrade it. Oh, also this thing summons more dangerous zombies that get bigger as they take damage. Because, you know, why the fuck wouldn't it? Other wand foci that you can get later on include, well, all of these. Equal trade, portable hole, excavation, basically mining, warding, shock, frost, and 9 hells. We will get one of a few of these. You will notice a couple more, namely primal and blink here, but we're going to be ignoring those for just the moment. Just for the moment. There we go. I got it right the second time. Let's get those ones. One of my favorite wand foci, and one of the ones that I got here, is this one, portable hole. Bye bye. It just lets you drop people through holes. It's pretty self-explanatory and simple. Bye. He's gone. So yeah, other ones. 9 hells is pretty fun. Let's just... It summons bats. These bats explode. Well, they occasionally explode. In that case, the creeper exploded. So, other ones, shock. It's basically a guaranteed direct hit if you're actually close enough. Let's just prove my point. Ah, at this point it doesn't consider me aiming at the zombie, but It's just basically far better aim, and it's longer ranged than others. Now, I did mention before, I believe, upgrading the one foci. It's not unequipping from my wand. There we go. Yeah, so you can upgrade wand foci, but to do so, it's a irritatingly complicated process. First, you need to trap nodes in jars. Now, to do that, all you need is slabs and glass. Wooden slabs and glass, to be more specific. And a wand. I'll be using this wand for the sake of not wasting the charge on the one that can actually be wasted. So, let's dig around this. All you need to do is simply create a glass box around a node. Put slabs over the top of the glass box. And I believe this should work. There we go. So now we have this. I would hop into survival and take it, but I'm a coward and there's creepers everywhere. So I'm not going to do that. To let it back out of the box you've trapped it in, you just place it down, right click, and there is now a completely useless node there. Realistically, what you'd want is a way to get like actual nodes. You'd break the jar with your hand, that'd take the jar with the node in. You right click it with the wand to free the node again. Now, to charge wand foci to a point where they're actually useful, however, you need to get a good few nodes in one location. Nodes will start eating each other, essentially. Once you've got some nodes all in the same place, you want node stabilizer, the advanced version, and the node transducer, and a lever. Once again, both of these you can find their crafting recipes in the Thaumcraft once you have it unlocked. A lot of Thaumcraft revolves around the research side of things. So, once you have a node trapped in that bubble, you want to activate this one, and then you will see that they both start basically zapping it. They are turning it into what's called an energized node. You need some energized nodes of every aspect surrounding the focal manipulator. The focal manipulator will use the energy from the nodes and some of your experience to very, very slowly upgrade the foci. Yawning. They can be upgraded in a wide variety of ways, which I will show in another video, methinks. Oh, did I just hear it changing? Yeah, this is an energized node. It's not much different to a normal node, really. Oh, this is just warp again. Warp's a feature of Thaumcraft that I'm not going to get into on this video. But now, let's talk about the Crimson Cult, aka the guys that we're out to kill here. So, through killing Crimson Cult members, eventually you will get a copy of the Crimson Rites, which is the Crimson Cult's book. Reading it will unlock this entry, and from there, you will be able to unlock some of these. Once you've unlocked Crimson Cult, you can get this, where you get Eldritch Eyes via Void Seeds, Eyes of Ender, and Gold. Void Seeds you get through alchemizing seeds, and that also allows you to get Void Metal. Void Seeds into Metallum gives you Void Metal. Void Metal allows you to make Void Robes, Void Wand Caps, Void everything. You can also create this Staff Core of the Primal, which yeah, it's gonna blow up when you make it. To make it, you need these Primal Charms, which are not really that hard to make overall. But let's make a Staff Core of the Primal. I'm just going to cheat in the pieces because, you know, it's a bit pointless to bother trying with that. Primal Void Staff. Where did I put that crafting table? Over here. So you can combine these just to make a very simple staff. Staffs tend to be more offensive than wands. They deal actual attack damage, rather than the wand's basic punch damage. And as well as that, they usually have a better vis cost, to some degree at least. I'm very yawny today. But I'm not going to be using either of those for the moment. I want a staff that works and is reliable. So I'm just going to get the cheat staff. I need a scepter of some kind. And that should do it. So once you have that... Oh, and... let's get the robes. Yeah. Okay. Once you are looking badass, basically, you're basically ready to go. The next step would be to get a something eye. The eyes. You would need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think it matters in creative. I'm just dumb. Oh hey, it does. Once you've placed 4 on this, you can use the staff, the scepter. There we go. That took more attempts than it should have. And eventually, something will happen. I was clicking the wrong thing. Turns out you right-click that. But it creates this, a portal of some kind. Now, I recommend also being decked out in basic Minecraft gear, you know. Diamond sword. Sharp 5. Let's go fire aspect. I will need an anvil, of course. Very damaged. And then I will, you know, just a simple sword to get me by. And then I'll run through. So once you're in here, more research will unlock. And this is essentially the boss room. It takes a much longer time to get here than this creative mode run through would have you think. Ah, they're slightly more resistant to that than I expected. I wonder if he's resistant to this. Nope. Those are Eldritch Guardians. That's what we're in, by the way. We're in an Eldritch dimension. It's fun in here. I heard a crab. Ugh. I hate them. These are gross too. Because this is a person who is controlled by one of those crabs. They're basically fucking head crabs. Now, this thing is a fucking labyrinth, so I'm just going to cheat. I need a room. Not this one. This crab room. This one. Nope. This another crab room. I'm looking for a keystone of sorts. Nope. Crab room. Huh. Surely the next one I come across won't be a crab room. Crab room. I think this one's the boss room. Yeah, that one's the boss room. You can't get into the boss room, however, until you have found the key. So once you have the key, you'd figure out your way to the boss room. In my case, I'll cheat and fly up. Because, you know, this is just a rushed tutorial, not a fucking playthrough. And from there... There we go. A ruby portal opens, heralding the arrival of the Crimson Cult. I'm not going to close the portal quickly. I'm going to wait for the Crimson Praetor. So, it is a coincidence that I got the Crimson Cult one with this whole story thing I'm doing. Normally, the Crimson Cult aren't the guaranteed thing here. There's supposed to be a couple things it can be. It's pure luck that I ended up with the cult. Huh. I'm gonna guess that it's not done spitting out enemies at me yet then. Let me just clear out some of these. And here he is, Praetor Alberic the Grim. The names are randomized, but this is a leader of the Crimson Cult. Let me just... You know what'll help here. No, I just want strength 2. Where'd he go? That, if you hit them too hard, if you hit the bosses of Thaumcraft too hard, you get the "they are angered by your powerful blows" message. And if they're angered by your powerful blows, they start regenning, they move a bit quicker, they deal more damage, so on and so forth. There we go. All bosses in Thaumcraft drop this, Primordial Pearl, which is basically used for endgame Thaumcraft and a lot of add-on stuff. from here, there's not much to do. You'd go for killing every boss. But obviously, we've done our goal. We've took out the Crimson Cult's leader. We've destroyed their portal. We've crushed their dreams. Let's sit here and relax. That's not sitting or relaxing. Ow. Oh. Thank you for watching, and good rain.